Have you ever found yourself lost in thought, replaying a conversation that never happened? Maybe it's an apology you never received, a final goodbye left unsaid, or a lingering regret that whispers in the quiet moments of your day. As we age, we naturally reflect on the past, the good, the bad, and the unresolved. These reflections can bring warmth, but they can also stir up emotions we've tucked away for years. Some seniors find themselves weighed down by old wounds, feeling like certain chapters of their story were left unfinished. But what if there was a way to address these feelings, to finally find peace? That's where empty chair therapy comes in. It's a simple yet powerful exercise that lets you say what was left unsaid, heal old wounds, and make peace with the past. It's not about rewriting history, but about freeing yourself from emotional burdens that may be holding you back. It is a form of self-healing that acknowledges the weight of the past, but refuses to let it define the future. Many people dismiss emotional healing as something that belongs only to the young, but the truth is that healing is for everyone at any stage of life. The past doesn't go away just because we've learned to live with it. And sometimes, just because we've grown older, it doesn't mean we've stopped longing for peace. Let's explore what this technique is, how it works, and how it has helped others find healing and closure in remarkable ways. I remember coming across Eileen's story online. She was in her late 70s and had carried deep regret over how she handled her mother's passing decades earlier. When her mother was ill, Eileen had been too overwhelmed to express everything she wanted to say. After her mother passed, the weight of those unspoken words became a quiet ache that never left her. One day, during a therapy session, her counselor introduced her to the empty chair exercise. At first, Eileen hesitated. Talking to an empty chair felt silly, but as she spoke, the floodgates opened. She told her mother all the things she wished she had said. She apologized for her absence, expressed her love, and even imagined what her mother would say in response. By the end of this session, she felt an immense sense of relief. The ache didn't magically disappear, but for the first time in years, she felt lighter, as if she had finally closed a chapter that had been left unfinished. As weeks went by, Eileen continued the exercise on her own. She spoke to her mother about daily life, shared her joys and struggles, and even forgave herself for the things she couldn't change. Over time, she realized that the sorrow she had held onto for so long had softened. Instead of feeling regret, she felt gratitude for the time they did share, for the love that never faded, and for the healing that was still possible even decades later. This is the power of empty chair therapy. It allows you to create emotional closure even when real-world closure isn't possible. Now, you might be wondering, does this actually work? Or is it just a symbolic exercise? Science has an answer for that. Studies on experiential therapies, including the empty chair technique, have shown significant improvements in emotional well-being, especially in cases of unresolved grief, trauma, and inner conflict. One study published in Psychotherapy Research found that individuals who engaged in this kind of therapy experienced measurable relief from emotional distress, often reporting a sense of closure and personal growth. Neuroscience also supports this. When we verbalize our emotions, especially out loud, it activates parts of the brain responsible for processing and regulating emotions. This is why speaking your feelings aloud can sometimes feel more relieving than just thinking about them. It externalizes the emotion, making it easier to process and release. Moreover, Research in psychology highlights how expressive techniques like empty chair therapy help break emotional suppression. Holding in unresolved emotions can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues, such as high blood pressure and weakened immune function. Releasing these emotions in a safe space allows the mind and body to relax, promoting overall well-being. For seniors who may not have the opportunity to confront past relationships in real life due to distance, estrangement, or loss, empty chair therapy offers a way to experience that closure internally. The act of speaking, acknowledging, and finding resolution through self-dialogue is an immensely powerful form of healing. Empty chair therapy is crucial because healing is not just about understanding the theory. It's about taking action in a way that works for each person. The process involves setting the right environment, mentally preparing for the exercise, allowing emotions to flow without judgment, and reflecting on the experience afterward. If you're considering trying empty chair therapy, here's how to make the most of it. Number 1. Create a comfortable space. This step emphasizes the importance of choosing a setting where you feel safe enough to be vulnerable. Some people find it easier to speak aloud when they are alone, while others might prefer having a trusted friend or therapist nearby. Just find a quiet, private place where you feel safe expressing yourself. Some seniors find comfort in familiar surroundings, such as a favorite chair or a peaceful garden spot. Others may prefer a setting that holds meaning related to the person they are addressing. 2. Set your intention. This means identifying who you need to speak to and what unresolved feelings you need to express. It could be anger toward a parent, an apology to a lost loved one, or even words of encouragement to your younger self. Who do you need to speak to? Is it a parent, spouse, an old friend, or maybe even your younger self? Setting a clear intention helps focus the conversation and bring clarity to emotions that may have been buried for years. 3. Let the words flow. One of the biggest hurdles is feeling self-conscious or hesitant to speak aloud. The key is to speak from the heart without overthinking. This isn't about performing, it's about expressing raw emotion. Speak honestly and freely. Don't censor yourself. It doesn't have to be poetic or perfect, it just has to be real. If verbalizing feels too difficult at first, writing down your thoughts beforehand or even recording your voice can help ease the process. 4. Switch perspectives. This is an advanced step that helps create deeper insight. By responding as the other person, you gain a different perspective and sometimes even uncover hidden emotions or new understandings about the situation. If you feel ready, move to the other chair and respond as if you were the other person. This can be incredibly eye-opening and may bring unexpected realizations. Some seniors find this especially helpful when dealing with conflicts or misunderstandings from the past. 5. Reflect on the experience. After the exercise, emotions may still be raw, so taking time to sit with your thoughts or write them down can be beneficial. Many people feel a weight lifted, while others might uncover emotions they didn't expect. After the exercise, take a moment to sit with your emotions. You may want to journal about what came up for you, or simply sit in silence to absorb the experience. Some people light a candle or play calming music to help process the emotions that arise. 6. Repeat as needed. Healing is not linear. Some emotions are deeply rooted and may need more than one session to process fully. This step encourages patience with oneself. Healing isn't always a one-time event. Some people find that revisiting the exercise over time helps them work through different layers of emotion. If new thoughts or feelings emerge, it's perfectly okay to return to the practice as often as needed. 7. Incorporate other healing practices. Pairing empty chair. Therapy with meditation, deep breathing or journaling can deepen emotional release and help with long-term healing. Some people find it helpful to pair this exercise with deep breathing, meditation, or even writing letters to the person they are addressing. Engaging in gentle movements, such as walking or stretching afterward, can also help release emotional tension. 8. Seek professional support if needed. While many people find relief through this practice on their own, emotions can sometimes become overwhelming. A therapist can provide guidance and emotional support, making the process safer and more effective. If you find certain emotions overwhelming, consider speaking with a therapist or counselor who can guide you through the process. Many seniors have found support through grief groups, senior community centers, or online therapy services tailored to older adults. This makes empty chair therapy more accessible and practical by addressing both the emotional and logistical aspects of the process. It reassures the reader that they are not alone in their feelings and that healing is possible, even if it takes time. Breaking down the steps transforms what might feel like an abstract idea into something anyone can try, making emotional healing more tangible and approachable. You actually don't need a therapist to try this. Many people practice it alone and still find immense value. But if you do feel overwhelmed, consider seeking guidance from a professional who can help you navigate the emotions that arise. Final thoughts: the gift of closure. Life is full of moments we can't rewrite, but healing isn't about changing the past, it's about making peace with it. If you've ever carried the weight of unspoken words, regret, or unresolved emotions, empty chair therapy is a simple yet powerful way to release them. You don't need anyone else's permission to heal. You have the power to find closure, to forgive, and to move forward with a lighter heart. So I encourage you to take a moment, find a quiet space, and give this a try. You might be surprised at the relief, the clarity, and even the peace that comes from finally saying what's been left unsaid. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Have you ever tried something like this? What emotions or thoughts came up for you? And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this message today. Try it. Speak your heart. Set yourself free. You are never too old to heal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.